Yashaswin Gaur from CosmicShala is welcome you all to today's webinar on A for Astronomy. I welcome our esteemed guest, Tanmaye Vyas sir to CosmicShala. Tanmaye Vyas sir is passionately teaching astronomy since 1986 to various age groups from 1st to 10th standard students, university students, science teachers, curious parents, and knowledge-seeking grandparents. He has given numerous TV and radio talks, be it a structured or street. He has made observations through his telescope to more than 1 lakh people. He has witnessed and recorded nearly all astronomical phenomena like comet visits, solar and lunar eclipse, meteor showers, transits, occultations, etc. Indian astronomy is heading to manned mission to space through Gaganyaan. So why not join us such an upcoming science of future with Tanmaye's amazing space? Let's unveil the secret of universe with Tanmaye Vyas. Without taking any more time, I welcome Tanmaye sir to deliver his talk on astronomy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one kind request to all the participants to switch off their videos and keep themselves muted and not to interrupt the speaker in between. You are welcome to put your queries in the chat box and we will be taking it after the talk. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for introduction. Warm welcome to everyone. I'm Tanmaye Vyas from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, associated with subject for now 40 years. And I'm seeing that the astronomy has, deep-rooted science, once considered as part of religion, and now it is one of the greatest of all sciences. It is also called mother of all science, right? You all seems to be part of a school, so you are all students, and there are so many things we have to learn throughout our career. Once you clear your school, you feel like going to college, then you feel like going to your career, and then again you feel like going back to your school. Why? Because we always love to learn something new every day, right? And today we are going to unveil the secrets of the universe, right? So it is A for astronomy. We always begin our journey of learning starting from A, right? So it is A for astronomy. And today I would like that you one by one try to travel with me from one object to other object. Those who wish to pen down something should have their pen and paper ready, so that certain things I would be writing, I'll be giving you that you can, write down. Yeah, there is a query about any question relating to the topic that I'm talking about, then you can write. So I hope everyone are curious to know something. A for astronomy, right? Okay. Before I begin my PPT, I would also like to tell you that if you are not aware about astronomy, then first that what is the meaning of astronomy? And in this regards, I would like to ask a few questions, just 5 questions. What you have to do, you have to write down on your paper. Do not write the answer in the chat box. Write down the answer if you know on the paper that you have with you. If you don't have paper, just keep in your mind. Do not change your answer. I'll try to finish my presentation by 11:10, 11:15 approx, and then for last 20-15 minutes, we will be having a small question answer session, right? So just 5 questions. The first question, you have to write your answer in your paper, not in a chat box. Do you agree that sun every day rises exactly from east? Very simple question. You can just write your answer. Third question. What is the temperature that is, the minimum in the universe? There can be a temperature of millions of degrees, that of a. So what is the minimum temperature in the universe? Goes down to approximately. Okay, you can write approx if you don't know the correct answer, but you must write something. Okay. Fourth question, change of lunar phase is because of, again, change of lunar phase is because of blah blah. Okay, whatever. And the last question, can there be less than 4 directions on Earth? Oh my. So these are very simple 5 questions, and I'll be answering all these 5 questions at the end of. There is another question which I would not like you to. So what do we mean by astronomy? Very typical question in everyone's mind. Everyone must be feeling that I know. Astronomy consists of multitude of topics and subjects. One of that is, kind of old observatories like the one that is photographed here, that from where exactly the sun is rising. So you can see down below on the screen that there are so many people, so many heads are visible, and the sun is rising, and there is, very old observatory called Stonehenge in UK, right? So can this be part of astronomy? If the moon is rising and if it is yellow in a color, sometime at night, sometime at a midnight, why so? Can this be part of astronomy? Or seeing a beautiful scene in the evening with a star and a moon? Or when you are somewhere in a desert or somewhere on a mountain studded with stars everywhere, can, or seeing a one particular design in the night sky, what is it called? But if we can see different colored stars, if we can see, or sometime when we look through a telescope, kind of, a figure, that part of astronomy. Or going to the space shuttle, can this be part of an astronomy? Or being someone so famous like Sunita Williams, who went to, where she went, we will be, understanding this thing also. Or seeing through phase of the moon with the craters on it, can this be part of astronomy? Or huge telescope inside an Earth, or something like this, which is kind of a flying observatory. Have you ever seen this? May not be, but in the picture you must have seen something like this. Can this be part of an astronomy that is there? So, oh my God, what can these be? These is one of the, a slide which is showing so many objects that on this one slide only I can speak for 1 week. Okay, for 7 days I can speak on this one slide, but I'll just, introduce you to the small things that are there. Right now we are on the surface of the Mars. On the left side you can see Earth, then you can see the solar eclipse. In the middle, all different types of galaxies are visible. On the right side you can see Saturn's ring. Even on the front of Saturn ring, then there is a Canadian arm that is coming out from International Space Station. There is an astronaut just standing outside. There is a Venus. There is a Jupiter. There is a comet. So many things in one slide. Can we consider this as a part of astronomy? There is a, kind of a question that everyone has in there. I would still like to, take you a little deep, that once upon a time, when there were no scientists on Earth, so-called scientists, what they thought, that the Earth is flat and the horizon is having a star-studded curtain. Understand? Curtain. I'll say to God, hello, God, I'm here. I stay in Delhi. Do you recognize me? No. This was a myth, right? If you start walking from Delhi, will you ever reach to horizon? Never. Because let us understand why. They just thought that the Earth is the center of the whole universe, and all the objects, be it sun, be it moon, be it Mars, be it any planet, be it all the stars, they all revolve around the Earth. Wow, they spent their whole lives to uncover the secret of actual universe that is there. Many of the faces you must be knowing, or it is not necessary to remember their names. It is just to, bring to you whoever, they all laws, they made us understand that no, it is not us, it is not the earth which is center. So then they said that it is not the earth, it is the sun that is center of the so-called universe that time. They thought that whatever we can see through our eyes, that is the universe. There cannot be anything beyond, right? So slowly from the flat earth, center of the universe as earth, they shifted earth to one side and sun became the center. And then slowly a new theories, new fundamental things, new science, new physics, new chemistry, new mathematics all out that these are the people who really changed astronomy from very flat to everything in a spherical manner, right? So they are different people. I know you must be knowing the names of everyone. We will not get into it. We will try to understand what they found. What are the, A for astronomy means what are the basics of our solar system? Because for us, galaxies, nebulae, black hole, supernova, all these things are little far away from us. But right now, we should understand the fundamental of solar system, right? So how can the laws of the universe are governed by physics? So if you want to be part of astronomy, learn physics when you grow. Okay. Oh, is it chemistry also? Yes, because everything that is made up of something is part of chemistry. So you must also learn chemistry. Wow. Okay. Anything? Oh, yes, mathematics. Because if you don't understand your calculation, you can't understand the trajectory of a planet or a. Is that all? No, geology. Why geology? Because to understand any surface on Mars or Moon or Venus, we need to know geology. Okay, so let us also understand geology as part of astronomy. Can there be, oh wow, computer. Why computer? Because anything is now so complicated. We are unable to understand that without complicated calculations. Oh, life science. Why life science? Because whatever life that we see or we are looking, how can we know alien without understanding life science? So let us also understand life. Oh my God. Aeronautics. Why aeronautics? Because human in space cannot go without understanding of. So that can also be part of astronomy. Oh, communication. Arey, sir, why communication? We can talk this way, but now you couldn't listen to me. Why? Because in space, you can't listen to each other. If I am on moon and if you are also on moon, there is no atmosphere. So to communicate on moon, you need to understand how the communication works. Or suppose if you are landed on moon and you call to your base station. Hello, Houston. I'm calling from moon. Hello, Houston. But you don't understand the communication. Then you cannot communicate, right? So we have to code and decode the things so that we can communicate. Fine, that is all. No, we need to know rocketry because without rocket, you can't go to space. Can there be anything else? Of course, solar energy. Why solar energy? Because we all know that be it Mars orbiter mission by ISRO or be it Chandrayaan, be it any rover on the Mars, be it Apollo landing on the surface of the moon, everything can be sent to moon or Mars before we go there and we land there, right? So we need to understand robotics. Slowly, I think, is it over? Oh my God, philosophy. Why philosophy? Because philosophy means we dream something. We dream that, okay, tomorrow we are going to Mars. So that is a philosophy. And after a decade or so, we would be landing on Mars. That is early in time. So that is a kind of a vision of a future. That means astronomy is everything. Yes, everything. Now you can imagine, right? That suppose if I know only if I want to learn astronomy, then it would be little difficult. Why? Because you have to understand physics, chemistry, mathematics, robotics, computer, life science, geology, so many things that just, in toto, it makes. So I love astronomy, so I can know so many subjects, and I would also like that you start astronomy as a hobby, right? Let's get into it. Wow, what a beautiful picture, isn't it? Yeah, so this is our home. Our home is Earth. No, our home is somewhere in this galaxy. Though this is not our own galaxy, but we all know that we live in a Milky Way galaxy. Name of our galaxy is Milky Way, and it is called a spiral galaxy. You can see the spiral structure that is here. Out of these different type of arms, we are living in one of its arm, and that is also a very huge kind of island. We call any galaxy as an island. You can see that in ocean there are islands, and on island there can be number of trees, there can be number of creatures. So if we consider our own galaxy as one island, there are approximately 200 billion stars. 200 billion, not million, billion stars. And out of 200 billion stars, we are orbiting around one small common star system. Then there is inner solar system. I know you know this much for sure, that there are number of planets, and there are number of planets. How many? If somebody asks right now, you have to answer another question of mine. Write down the answer. How many planets are there in our solar system? Understand? You have to write the number. How many planets are there in our solar system? Okay. Now, if you will not cheat to yourself, then I give you the answer before I'll go ahead. Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know you must have written correct answer, but I'll tell you the correct answer. Just check with your answer. We are having in our solar system 1 and 3, 13 planets. Wow. Number might be different than what you have written in your paper. Okay, let's go ahead and let's check out who are these 13 people, right? Okay, so first come first, in our solar system, we give maximum weightage to sun because sun is everything. It gives us energy, it gives us heat, it gives us life. And this sun is actually yellow colored sun. There are certain black dots on it. Some people call there are black holes on sun. It's not black hole. It is called, what is it called? This is it, right? The sunspots. It is called sunspot. And sunspots are so huge that sometimes it is even larger than our Earth, right? So sunspots are little cool region where these type of prominences, like from one end the material comes, the other end it is received, right? You can see the flares are coming out so huge and devastating. If it comes to Earth, we go hawa in a second, right? But we are very lucky. We are not dinosaurs. We are human. Dinosaurs extinct. We are not going to extinct. Why? Because we know astronomy, right? Fine. That the sun is also having atmosphere. And what is that atmosphere called? Corona. Not the corona that has eaten up so many people on earth in past 1.5 years, but corona means a crown. Corona means crown. The coronavirus is different and a corona on sun is different. Okay, this corona sometimes ejects so much of the material out. You can see that right now the sun is hindered. It is, and here you can see a beautiful picture of the sun, where this is called the total solar eclipse, where the black portion is nothing else but a moon. So when the moon comes exactly in front of the sun, it covers the full disk, and you can see the atmosphere called corona in a beautiful structure. Beautiful picture it is. But sometimes moon is smaller than the sun. No, there is nothing like, somebody cuts it to, fit inside the sun. But sometimes it is near, sometimes it is far. So when it is far from Earth, it looks smaller. So it cannot cover the whole sun. And so sometimes we can see annular solar eclipse, which you all must have seen in the east, right? Let's go ahead with our first candidate called Mercury. This Mercury is the first and the smallest of the classical planets. Understand, now I am using word classical planets, right? So as I said that there are 13 planets. Of these 13, 8 are called classical planet and 5 are called dwarf planet, right? So let us begin. The planet is the nearest, the planet is the smallest, but though it is the nearest to the sun, it is, and it also has a features called craters, right? These craters are created by the impact of different comet or asteroid, meteor, all these things, right? And but there is other type of crater also. What type of? Where the volcano erupts, then also there is a small hole, but slowly when the volcano is covered with lava, then it is filled like a crater, right? So this is a kind of the surface features everywhere nearly on Mercury. It is the same. Okay, and sometimes we can see Mercury passing in front of the sun, called Mercury transit. Write down this. This is very good thing to understand. It is called Mercury transit. Okay, fine. Then we come to the second planet. Which is the second planet? Venus. Why Venus is called morning evening star? How many of you know that? Just write down if you know that Venus is a morning evening star. Also, Venus is called a twin planet of Earth, right? So it is a twin planet of Earth. It is a morning evening star also. And it is also called the goddess of love. Mountain, there are craters, there are all orange colored surface which we cannot see with our naked eye, or even through the whole planet is covered with clouds. Not the clouds that we have here with water, but there the clouds are covered with acid. These clouds are made up of sulfuric acid. So the rain is an acid. And this is the picture that is taken through different wavelength, means a radio image. This is called the radio image of Venus, where you can see that there are no clouds, but this is also very, very beautiful thing to see in the evening sky, where Venus can also show phases like moon shows phases. Very beautiful type of, the crescent Venus, the half Venus, or the full Venus are visible through the telescope, which are at least 6 inch in diameter. They can definitely show such a beautiful Venus having different phases, right? And some evening you can see one star which is nearly, accompanied. Oh, this is our home. Try to find where you live, but this is Africa. So it's not, the place where we live. We live in India, which is just say that it has a different spheres and layers, right? You all have studied this in your geography, that the earth is made up of hydrosphere, lithosphere, cryosphere, and biosphere and atmosphere, right? So above all these, there is atmosphere. And we are living because we are still not that insane to kill everyone on earth through pollution, right? You all must know what is a pollution. We are not getting into this, but I tell you, be always aware about what we do, so that you or and this is a beautiful picture of aurora australis or aurora borealis, or it is called northern lights also. You can see that this picture is not a daytime picture. This is a nighttime picture where there are stars in the background, and there are curtain like structure where some are green, some are purple, some are blue. All these things are just the beauty of astronomy, right? To see this thing, you have to go little high in the latitudes near the northern poles. You can see these some good things. Wow, can you see what is happening? Yes, I can see that there are shooting stars and so many shooting stars. Let me first of all wish, oh my God, you fulfill your wishes the way you feel. This is meteor shower. This is meteor shower. So many meteors come, and to enjoy these, there are multiple meteor shower throughout the year. If the sky is clear, if there is no moon that night, and if that is a meteor shower night, just leave Delhi behind, or wherever you are residing, just leave and go little dark space, and you can enjoy this. Good time for this is November, December, and January. But in August month also there is one. So enjoy this if at all you find any good night, right? If any such meteor falls on Earth, it can create a crater, and sometimes it can also extinct all the life that is there on Earth. Came, it ejected so much of the material, surrounded the Earth, and everyone suffocated. We can save ourselves through such thing. What are these? These are the largest of the telescope. What they do, they also look for such rocks which can come and hit the Earth. So if at all it is coming, then they track it, and the rock is coming. So what we do, we have developed a technique where we can deviate it, or we can blast it in the space, and you all can remain safe, right? How many of you have seen such thing in Delhi, Jaipur, and which other place? Write down. In your paper, you write down which third place where you can find such, what is it called? Jantar Mantar, right? So Jantar Mantar is there at 3 different places. One is Jaipur, one is Delhi. Write down the third place in your paper, right? These are the ancient objects. Oh my God, who is he? Rakesh Sharma, a hero who was the first person from India to go to space. Wow, was he the only person in the space? I don't know. Is it so? No, Rakesh Sharma, Kalpana Chawla, then Sunita and Raja. All these people who are having Indian origin has gone to space. Is that all? No. Recently, you must have seen this. Recently, in this month only, Shirisha Bandla, she also went to space. She belonged to India, but right now she is residing in USA, but she also went to space. This is one of the most important thing that we are going to enjoy, that is a Gaganyaan, and the probability of this is our India can go to space with astronaut. Enjoy this. Okay, let's go to our neighbor, our satellite, natural satellite, the moon, which is cause for, okay, sometimes when it is near you see large, sometimes it is far you see small. Okay, so this large and small, how many of you could make out this? None of you. I know that, because we have no time to look at the moon. We have time to write down a message to someone, hello, can we go for a coffee? Arey, come on, yeah, let's play some game. So stop all. Okay, so these are the features that are there on moon. Some are dark, some are shallow, some are craters, some are just a smooth land. All these things are so important because the first person on the moon, Neil Armstrong, who made the history. It was 20th July, the same month, 1969. He went up there. There are so many different discoveries and inventions that they did on moon. You write down how many people landed on moon till date. Okay, write down the number. If by chance, if you happen to visit the moon, there are 3 such rovers ready for you to ride. No license needed. Just go and ride it. No petrol needed. It just come to another thing called a lunar eclipse, where what is lunar eclipse? Lunar eclipse means when the sunlight is supposed to fall on moon, Earth comes in between and the moon changes its color. Wow. And what other thing can there be? There can be another type of eclipse which we saw before, a solar eclipse, right? So lunar eclipse which can be seen with our naked eyes. We can enjoy this without any harmful effect on our eyes. But solar eclipse, let's go ahead, let's reach to the Mars, because in 2024 there is a probability that we would be landing on Mars, the humans. The Mars is very beautiful planet. It has a probability to have ancient life. You can see a big crack on the surface of the Mars. Then there are, rovers that are right now roaming around on Mars. So these are the robotic rovers which are governed from here. Those who wish to, enjoy the video game, they can play with these rovers also. So this picture is very important. What is this picture? You are here means this white dot is the whole of Earth in the middle of. From the Mars, this picture was taken, and you can see a white dot where 8 billion people, numerous animals, birds, trees are all there on that small dot, right? This is the highest mountain in the solar system on any planet is here. That is Mount Olympus, 3 times taller than Mount Everest. Also, there are. This was the picture which was taken way back, and that time they thought there is a human face on the surface of Mars, right? But then we came to know that that's just only. Here you can see how the solar panels are getting opened up in one of the spacecraft that landed on the surface of Mars. This is called InSight, right? This is the name of the spacecraft that landed there. That is InSight. This is how one of the rover that was sent on Mars bumped from one to other place, and then it inflated and the rover came out from this. So approximately 72 different balloons, it tried to save the rover inside, right? But nowadays there are different types sequence that is there. I'll just scroll forward so you can enjoy this. Okay, see here, you can see that the rover is landing through a parachute. You can see the shield, and you can see that it is coming down, it is coming down, it is coming down. We'll just forward it for you to see how it looks from below. You can see that these are the different timelines where how the last one, that is Perseverance rover, that landed on the surface of Mars at Jezero crater. This crater is Jezero crater, right? Where it landed, and ultimately this is the close-up. See, the wind is blowing because there is a kind of material that is coming out, ejection from the wow. This is the rover that landed. Very good. This is our MOM, right? Mars Orbiter mission, which is still working successfully, and we became a country where the first trial, the way we have moon as our natural satellite. This is Phobos, one of the satellite which is orbiting around the Mars, and we have now reached our asteroid belt. So before we go ahead, can you write down how many satellites are there? How many satellites are there that is orbiting around the Mars? Write down the answer. Okay, we will talk this around after 11:10. Okay, let us go ahead. This is Eros 433. These are the different types of asteroids. And now I'll be showing you the largest of the asteroid, which is called Ceres. How many of you know what is Ceres now called? Okay, what is Ceres now called? This is a picture of a Ceres. On the left, right side, it is a moon. On the left side, it is Ceres. Just to give comparison, what is Ceres? Ceres. How many of you know? Let us see. Let us try. And these are largest of the planet Jupiter, right? The first gaseous planet. Up till now, all were having land surface, but this is the first planet which is a gaseous planet. All four planets now onwards are only gaseous. There is no land. If at all I send you all to Jupiter and you feel, oh yay, we are landing on Jupiter, we are landing on Jupiter, and suddenly you become Jupiter. You can't land because there is no land. It's only gas. Okay, so it also has rings like Saturn has rings. Wow, so it has 3 different rings and it has satellite, number of satellites. These are called Galilean. So they are called Galilean satellites. Ganymede is the largest satellite in our solar system. How beautiful, right? So Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto are Galilean satellites. And but there are so many number of satellites moving around Jupiter. So another question for all of you. How many satellites are there around Jupiter today? Okay, right. Oh my God, the most gorgeous of all the planets, Saturn. You can't compare any planet with Saturn because of its beauty. You can see how beautiful pictures are. These pictures are taken by one of the mission that worked so much hard to send such good pictures to you all. And this is one of the beginning of the understanding of the Saturn's rings. So this is picture taken by Voyager. One of the Saturn is it called Cassini spacecraft that studied Saturn in depth, right? So this is also one of the beautiful thing that moved around, and it also sent one small probe to land on Titan. What is Titan? Largest satellite of Saturn. How beautiful. Fine. These are different satellite pictures of Saturn. So another question, how many satellites are there around Saturn? Okay, let us come to the 7th planet, Uranus. Uranus is very weird. How weird? It is not rotating this way, but it is rotating like this, vertical rotation. You can see the rings around it, which is also rotating vertically. So you can say that suppose if this is the Earth, Earth is tilted 23.5 degree, but Uranus is sleeping like this, and it is rotating this way and orbiting around the Titania, one of the largest satellite around it. And we are now coming to the last planet of our solar system called Neptune. Neptune has number of satellites, but the largest one is Triton. Okay, so Triton is something which is very different, weird, and the Pluto. Is this a planet? Is this a classical planet? No, this is a culprit. This Pluto divided the planets into 2 different categories, classical. And let me once again ask you, how many satellites around Pluto? Okay, write down, right? Let's go ahead. How many? This is also another dwarf planet. It has also 2 satellites moving around it. Make, these are just artistic image. We have not yet taken real pictures of these objects. And Aries is the last. Oh my God, who is this? The visitor. Visitor from outer space or inner space. Visitor is having a tail. What is it called? Comet. Comet has two distinct different tails. One with color, one that is white. So comets are just small rocks coming from very far away from our solar system. They come, they evaporate the material around it and make a huge, and any year at least one comet is visible to amateur telescopes. Okay, these are just a beautiful pictures of comet around. What else can there be? Oh my God, what is this? I don't see. What is this? I recall. This is nothing else but one small portion of Jupiter onto which one comet which was coming towards us is captured by Jupiter, and it made holes on Jupiter, Earth-size holes. Understand? Earth-size holes on Jupiter. And this is, kind of a boundary where there is an inner solar system here on the left upper side, then there is outer solar system, then there is a farthest of the object called a Sedna, and then there is an inner solar system. You can see Sedna's orbit, and then there is a Oort's cloud. What is it called? OORT, Oort's cloud. Oort was a name of a person who discovered that our solar system is not only flat, but it is a spherical where so many small rocks are surrounding the solar system, and it is called Oort's cloud. And from this, the comet's origin, the comets that are visible coming from Oort's cloud. How sweet. Okay. So now let us go outside the solar system. Let's take size as one of the matter, right? Do you want to travel? Talk about the size. This is just a 2-3 minute film. How big are the objects that are there in the universe? Let's see. Okay. And stop talking. You just go through the slide. I'll just have a water. Size of Earth as 1 pixel. Think of a passenger plane flying at the speed of 900 km per hour. In how many years it can, complete one orbit? 1100 years to just complete one orbit. And this is not all. Yet it is only a tiny dot among several hundred billion stars forming our galaxy. And there are 100 billion galaxies out there. No, you are not the center of the universe. How sweet. this just opens our eyes, right? Where we felt once that yes, the earth is the center of the universe. Now we know that the earth is a very small rock, a spherical rock that is moving around the sun. Then we thought sun is everything. Then we came to know that sun is just one small star in our own galaxy. And then we came to know that there are 100 billion galaxies out there, right? To teach all these, I run a small YouTube channel called Tanmaye's Amazing Space. In Hindi and in Gujarati, I tell everyone something about the space news that happens somewhere. I hope you all enjoyed. Okay, I'm not opening the chat because I can see there are 57 different messages are there. But let me answer the questions first that are there, and then I'll okay, so let's understand now. Let there be one volunteer who has written the answers. Okay, let me ask someone. Is there anyone who?
How many planets in the solar system? Many of them have wrote 8 in that.
Okay, so how many planets? You all know now that 8 classical planet and 5 dwarf planet. Okay, do remember this number. This number of a dwarf planet can increase because we are still searching for new dwarf planets. Fine. Any other question?
Mars has 2 planets. Then, Mars has 2 satellites. Then one has, okay, 88 for Saturn, I guess they have written. Someone has
okay.
written.
So now which planet has the maximum number of satellite? Saturn with 82 numbers. Okay, 82 natural satellites are going around Saturn. Around Jupiter, there are 79. Once Jupiter had the largest number of satellite, but now Saturn has 82. Jupiter has only 79. Mars has 2, Phobos and Deimos. Uranus has 27 and Neptune has 14. And how many Pluto has? 5. Okay, so these are the number of satellites that are moving around different planets. And my first 5 questions, let me tell you that the sun is not rising exactly. So the question is, the change of seasons on Earth is due to, the correct answer is one word, tilt. Okay, one word answer is a tilt of the Earth, only the tilt. Okay, third number, minimum temperature in the universe goes down to approximate minus 273 degrees centigrade. Okay, you can't go minus millions. There can be plus millions of degree, but minus temperature can only go to minus 273 degrees centigrade. Fourth one, change of lunar phase is because of orbit, right? Because of the orbit of the moon, nothing else. Can there be less than 4 directions on Earth? Yes, there can be 2 directions, sorry, 2 places where there is only one direction. Is it possible we can go anywhere and there can be only one direction? Yes, when you stand on the North Pole, anywhere you go south of the Earth. Okay, if you stand on the South Pole, you go anywhere and you have only. So anyway, I wish that if you have any question, do write down, and if you have understood the solar system perfectly, then that is the first step for everyone to know. In your textbook also, there must be number of things regarding solar system, and I have tried to just give you glimpse of what is astronomy and how we grew from flat earth to billions of galaxies in the universe. Okay, yes, Prashasti, Sir, as we know, stars take birth in clusters. Sun, this star takes birth in a darkness, in a molecular cloud where there is, you can't see anything, but there is a material. Now, this material can create certain probabilities. Number one, there can be a cluster of stars, number of stars in a cluster. That is one probability. Another probability, there can be, little multiple star, like, 6 stars or 3 stars or 2 stars, something like, then there can be a binary, as I said, that 2 stars can be there. So there can be a binary star. There can be nothing more than one single star. Understand? And the fifth probability, there can be planets around one star. And that is what our sun is. So our sun is not having any binary star or any triple star system or any multiple star system, or it is not part of any stellar cluster. It is just a star with number of planets around it. So it is not part of any cluster. There is, a nearby star called Proxima Centauri, Alpha Centauri, but that itself is a system. It is made up of 3 different stars, but our star is a lone star. Okay, sir, you said that seasons are due to the.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Prashant. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, fascinating
Yes,
talk.
Prashant.
It was indeed an enlightening session, imparting much needed knowledge to everyone. Clearly visible by the question pouring in, it gave a detailed insight into a new world for many of us. It also provided an intriguing prospectus of the subject, clarifying many doubts for us. Thus, we now proceed to the discussion session where we will try to take up all the queries, keeping in mind the limited time frame, and put them before Tanmaye sir one by one. A link to join the quiz on quiz.iz app will be all from Prince Keshari. Why many believe white holes are, sir?
Why white holes are
Not real.
Oh, okay. Fine. See, slowly and steadily, we have understood a number of stars with their life cycles. So some stars have lesser mass, some stars have mass equal to sun, and some stars are having mass more than the sun. Those are having mass more than the sun can die with an explosion called supernova. When the supernova takes place, there is a probability that the energy and the gravity are so enormous that the supernova's explosion, after the explosion, the middle section, the core section, sucks everything inside, and that is an implosion. What is it called? Implosion. So there is an explosion and then there is an implosion. So in this implosion, the light cannot also even escape from this implosion, and so there can be a black hole. White hole is just a term. This is a hypothetical thing which is not yet discovered. This is one probability that there can be a white hole. But what can be a white hole? Right now, we can consider white hole in the name of quasar, right? So you will understand this when you try to study the quasar. But this is not a hole. This is definitely something which has enormous gravity. But where there is enormous gravity, then the middle part has to be a black hole, right? So there is no probability of a black hole as of now.
Okay, sir. There is another question from Priyanka.
Yes.
She wants to know, how can we measure the distance between two planets?
Wow, so beautiful. See, once upon a time, it was very difficult. So they used mathematics to understand the distances, and you down one particular thing that you read or you should understand, that is Kepler's law, because we don't have time to understand every aspect, but I'll just guide you. You just write down what is a Kepler's third law, right? Out of 3 laws, Kepler's third law will make you understand how we could find out the distance. And also there is a Bode's law, B-O-D-E, Bode's law. that also will make you understand the very small equation through which you can know the distance of planet. Now, before all these things, there was a trigonometry. In the mathematics, they could find out, depending upon the transit of Mercury in front of the sun or transit of Venus in front of the sun, they could measure the distance with the help of trigonometry. But nowadays, we have multiple technology like we find. So the probability of the beginning of the universe is only through a big bang. That is what everyone has right now concluded. There every different theories that from nothingness, understand this, from nothingness there was a big bang, from nothingness. So what was before the universe, that is still unknown. So from this big bang the whole universe is created. That is number one. There are so many proofs now that we all have how this universe created through big bang, and all that is through the science we can prove it. Okay, the birth of different planet is, as I said, that when there is a darkness somewhere, there is a molecular cloud which are not throwing any light, very dark cloud, absolutely dark cloud. When they get energy or radiation from some elsewhere, as you can see from my background, this is actually a wall picture that I have in my drawing room. This is a kind of a place where the stars are taking birth. In that, if by chance the material is good enough, it starts rotating around the middle section, and the middle section slowly flattens the whole thing. Middle portion becomes the star, and the rest of the material becomes planet out the material that is out there. So sometimes there can be a single planet, sometimes there can be two, sometimes there can be multiple planet. That is what we have around our sun. I hope this is fine.
So there is another question.
Yes.
Can you please share all your experiences or that of the people known to you regarding their own respective journey in the field of astronomy on an academic level?
Okay, I know numerous people, and see, basically, if you are asking that, see, there are two ways in which you get into astronomy. Pure science means, as I showed you, different subjects like physics and chemistry and mathematics, and any one subject you get into it, go up to the doctorate level, and you can definitely uncover the secret on your own. If you are from engineering aspect, if you are going to take up engineering as your base, then you can make some beautiful rockets, or you can have a satellite, or you can create a payloads, or you can innovate a good fuel, or you can innovate so many things, out of which right now you are seeing that International Space Station is running, that is approximately the size of a football ground, are all different types of combination of so many subjects and topics that can create such a beautiful innovative things around us, and which is also saving us from any heat from the outer space. If you'll go to my channel, as I think Vishwa has written already, that Tanmaye's Amazing Space channel is there on YouTube, which you will find that there are a number of objects that are heading towards Earth, is shown in these news, but they are just passing by.
Thank you, sir. Now let's move on to the question asked in the chat box.
Yes.
Ritik, please unmute Siva.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, can you just be little loud?
So I have doubt. Sir, as you said that the season of Earth is being.
Let me tell you, we have a myth that because of the elliptical orbit, when we are going away from the sun, we have winter, and when we come near the sun, it is summer. but it is absolutely opposite. When we come near the sun or when we go away from the sun, the orbit is not so elongated as we see in the textbook. Suppose if this is, say, the Earth, if it is, say, straight, if it is not tilted like this or like this, suppose if it is straight, then the sun's rays are falling at exactly in the same intensity at every place on Earth, be it here, be it here, be it here, be it here, be it anywhere, right? But when it is tilted, then what happens? That the sun rays are tilted to the southern hemisphere, and that has a winter. The sun rays are intense at the north hemisphere, so it has a summer, irrespective of the distance. Now, on the other side, when it goes to the other end, what will happen? The sun rays are falling here as a straight, and sun rays up here on the northern hemisphere are tilted. For your information, when there is a winter in India, the Earth.
So there is another question from Manas.
Yes.
That is, so can we really see our galaxy on a dark night sky? And if we do, then exactly which part of the galaxy do we see?
Wow, how thoughtful question it is. Let me, show you something. This is, you can see that this is just a cover of my laptop. Let me just, fold it in such a way that now you can see, suppose if I can see the galaxy as a face on, then I can see the whole thing. But when I'm living inside the galaxy, I cannot see this face on. So what I'll be seeing, suppose if I'm living here, what I'll be seeing just age on. So I'm seeing a band of stars. That means, like, suppose I am having the galaxy like this, and if I'm seeing the galaxy as a band, that means I'm just seeing the stars that are around me. As I showed you in the beginning, that the Milky Way galaxy is a spiral galaxy, but because we are living inside the galaxy, I can only see the stars which are around me. I cannot, go up and see my galaxy like face on. So we can see stars of our own arm, and we are living in one of the arm called Orion arm. There are 6 arms. Our arm is Orion arm, and we can see the edge on. So if you just type in a Google that Milky Way galaxy photograph, then you can see the Milky Way as a band, and that band is just showing the galactic center in Sagittarius zodiac sign. Understand? There are numbers. You need to unmute someone so that we can answer. It's already 11:27, and children are hungry. They want to eat. They want to drink. They see a roti on my face.
Yeah, so now we're going to unmute Pujit so that he can ask his questions. So
Yeah.
Pujit, I'll unmute you. Please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, so people say actually that the black hole is actually true, but will it be seen from the other 6 arms too? And is it possible to see the black hole?
Okay. First of all, you understand why black hole is called black hole, because we can't see. When anything is having more enormous mass, then light bands it. Understand? Up till now, you must have studied that light cannot band. Light goes in a straight manner. But in fact, if there is a huge some material somewhere in a compact manner, then it bands the light. So this was once in a theory that there can be a black hole. What is a black hole? A black hole is something which I said that when there is a supernova, when the star dies out, all the material is brought inside very tiny space. And because of every material is in a tiny space, there is an enormous gravity. And because of this enormous gravity, the sun rays or the star rays are bent. And when they saw this bent rays coming to us, they said that yes, there is a black hole. And the first black hole was detected as a Cygnus X1 in the year 1961. But the first photograph of that black hole is very recent phenomenon, but the black hole exists. They cannot be seen, but they can be detected through different wavelength.
Sir, what do they do?
They eat you up. Not today, then tomorrow you will be eaten up by black hole.
Oh.
Then should we leave the earth and we should go to other place? No. Right now there are no such threat, but black hole also moves around the center of the galaxy, and whatever comes in its contact, suppose if I have a hook.
Sir, as we know that most of the galaxies in our universe are mature and they formed billions of years ago, right? So my
Yes.
question is, do new galaxies form today?
Yes, they do. In some of the galactic clusters, they do, because still there is a material which are a leftover material, and there are still new galaxies formation possible. Yet we have not seen any forming galaxies, but we are seeing certain molecular clouds which are so huge that they can convert themselves into galaxy. So that process is also visible. Recently, if you go through one of the news on my YouTube channel, I have said that one galactic cluster called Abel 1367 has one huge molecular cloud which is approximately the size of a dwarf galaxy. So there is a probable procedure through which the galaxy, but as I said, the formation of galaxy takes billions of years. We cannot see that. Okay, let's see by making a telescope, and okay, now it is making. Oh yes, I saw the galaxy is made. No, that is not possible because it takes billions of years, right?
But sir, those clusters which are you talking about are itself a part of some galaxy.
No. I'm talking about us galactic clusters. So Abel 1367 is a mixture of so many thousands of galaxies, and there is a molecular cloud which is not part of any galaxy, that is in between the galaxies. Beta.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yep. Kya hai? Okay, so I believe everyone seems to be charged up, and I wish no one goes inside the black hole. And if you are still afraid, you can tell your parents to write down will in my name, so I can enjoy the property. Okay, so I wish we remain in touch. I hope you liked the session, and I think that's all. Okay, Maurya, anything?
So on behalf of the entire organizing team, I, Ritik, deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks.
And do remain in touch with astronomy. Okay, by any means, be in astronomy. Thank you.